Hey guys, I'm gonna talk about digital painting in this video. Wow, big surprise. But yeah, I'm gonna specifically talk about how to improve fast and what you should do to see some real progress in your ability to depict real life on a digital canvas. So I've recorded a study I did, which is mainly what I'm going to be talking about in this video, of a shot from Leon the Professional, where Matilda is threatening to kill herself. So that's pretty cheery. I'm going to talk about how you should approach doing a study of a reference at various levels as well. I'm going to talk about like what you should focus on when you're a beginner, intermediate, or even if you are confident in painting anything, and how you can still improve at that level. One of the key things I want to talk about in this video is picking a focus when you do a study. So you want to pick a reference, obviously, and you don't necessarily want to spend too long doing that. I think it's better to get lots of these studies done rather than trying to perfect one. But picking a focus, what that is it's thinking about why did you choose that reference? What drew you to that reference? And for me, with this shot that I'm studying right now, this film shot, it was the emotion of it. And I don't think I've done a lot of emotion studies in pencil traditionally, but I've never actually painted a really like emotional scene and a really emotional expression. So I just wanted to try that. But your focus can be anything. It can be lighting, it can be colour, it can be like a study of a specific object that you haven't drawn before, it can be composition, it can be another artist and how they execute a certain thing. It can literally be anything, but what you want to do is you can even write it down. You even want to write it down, what your study is, and you want to keep that in mind through the entire time that you're drawing this image. As a beginner, it might seem a bit daunting. I remember when I first started digital painting, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what brush to use. I didn't know what references to study. The thing is, you just don't want to overthink it. And in fact, you want to simplify it as much as possible. Because the first 20 studies I did digital painting, I already had some experience traditional painting, but I did them all with the hard round brush. And I think, forget about brushes. If you're a full-on beginner at digital painting, don't even think about brushes. There's no point. Even don't even think about colour if you're worried about colour. Just do your studies in black and white. That's the lowest level you can do these studies at. And if you get confident in black and white, coming to colour will be so much easier. I didn't actually really do enough studies in black and white, and I do think I would have got there faster if I'd have done that first. If you are a beginner, you want to use these studies to get you the ability to just pick the right colour on the colour wheel. Just go to roughly the right colour, get it. Maybe you put it down and maybe you have to change it a little bit, but that should be your goal. You shouldn't have to colour pick from the reference. You shouldn't have to use a load of blending layers. You should just be able to pick the right colour roughly, and it does take time. It's not going to happen immediately. It might take a year, but you will get there, and that's kind of the level of skill you want. So when you come to do creative things, you're not thinking about trying to get the right colour. You already have an idea in your head of what the colour should be, and you can just pick it and it'll harmonise with the rest of your picture. I keep calling these studies, and you guys might be thinking, that sucks. That's why I decided to do art, so I didn't have to study. But the thing is, there's still a lot of joy to be had in these. A lot of fulfillment. You can put your own artistic spin on any study you do. Maybe once you've got a bit of experience, if you're a beginner, you should probably try and just copy the photo. But find a photo you like. Find a photo that you would be proud if you could recreate it. So, for example, the piece that I'm working on now, it's I'll put up the references I had. I was trying to sort of stylize her face a little bit like Disney anime, kind of like what Sam Does Art would do, and I was just focusing on the expression and the lighting in the reference, and anything else I gave myself creative freedom over. And the thing is, these aren't the final goal to create a study. you're working towards something bigger than this. I see a lot of artists on Instagram these days, and all they do is they just work from references. And for a lot of people, for me at least, that's not why I got into drawing. I didn't get into drawing to just do my own rendition of a photo I found. I got into it to create, but it's a balance. You can't just create, you need to take input from the real world. And when you understand how to light a portrait, how to light a landscape, how to organize your values to make a scene read, and you can learn these things through studying references, it'll make it so much easier to make stuff up, to bring an idea you have in your head to life. No matter what level you're at though, I think studies are important. I always go back to doing studies. I usually jump between doing like a week of doing studies, and then I'll do a couple pictures that I make up from my head the next week. And it's just important to stay based in reality. And also take a break from making stuff up. Making stuff up's hard. Doing a study for me now, it's pretty easy. If I have a good reference, I know I can get something that'll kind of look cool, it'll look kind of realistic, and there's no risk, and I know I'm going to learn from it. So keep doing studies, keep practicing. I'm probably going to title this video something like how to improve quickly or fast, but that's not really true. That's not really what I'm talking about here. It's more like how to improve properly, because there isn't any shortcuts, there isn't any special brush that's going to get you to the level that you want. It's really just mileage. It's just doing more of these and consistently creating as well, trying to draw the ideas you have in your head as well whilst doing these. They inform each other. You don't want to fall into that trap of just studying references. You didn't get into art to just study anatomy, study perspective, practice your values. That's not why you did it, you know? Remember why you started and use that as motivation to do these studies. That's it. I hope this video inspired you to make some studies. If you're a beginner, just pick up any software, any brush, maybe an untextured one, and just try and copy a reference. So thanks for watching. Comment what you want me to do next, because I don't really have a plan. But yeah, see you guys next time.